Hey YouTube, Madam Roy back once again. Well, got a little bit of a thrift store pickup for you today. Nothing super special, but as most of you know, today was sale day, 25% off. And I did find a few interesting things, so let's go ahead and get started. Just to let you guys know, these are all videotapes. First one I have here is Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams, one of my all-time favorite classic movies. Came out in 1989. As you can see, this is special because it's the McDonald's not for resale or retail. What this basically is back around 1990 when McDonald's was trying to get some more customers in, their business had dropped off. They actually would give away a videotape for an extra $2.99, I believe it was back then, with a purchase of any value meal. And I remember this vividly because this was one of the videotapes, and so was the Addams Family that had just come out, so this is probably around 91. And then also the 3 Indiana Jones movies were also given away, or it was a McDonald's exclusive. And you can see right there, purchased one of these 4 titles from McDonald's. Actually, it looks like this was a little bit later release. I guess they did this again later on, because it says Back to the Future, American Tail, 5 Goes West, The Land Before Time, Field of Dreams. And you can see $2.50 back in the mail. And as you can see, this one actually is from 1995, so they must have done this twice. But this was really interesting. It definitely helped boost McDonald's sales back in the 90s. I gave a whopping 58 cents for this one. And here's some details about the movie. You can pause the video if you want to read that. And what's really interesting about this is it has never been opened. The seal is on there as well as still. And you can tell that it's not like a reboxed, previewed one, because you can tell if you look closely that over the years the wrap has kind of yellowed a little bit. So this is definitely new from the factory. Next I have Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. I love the graphics on this. I gave 98 cents for this one. And this one is also brand new, never been opened. And even more so, this one, you can tell it still has the original security tab in place. This movie came out in 1989, and this is the hi-fi stereo release. Let's see if this gives a date of release for this. There you go, 1991. Not one of Star Trek's better movies. It was actually directed by William Shatner, but I still kind of liked it nonetheless. It was basically, you can read the synopsis if you want. I'll leave it there. You guys can pause the video. And very interesting movie, and again, brand new. I do have a copy of this already, but they are open and they are well used. So I haven't decided, at least for the time being. I think I'm going to use tapes still wrapped in their original packaging. Next we have another Star Trek film. This is Star Trek The Motion Picture. This is the special longer version. I can't even imagine somebody wanting to see a longer version. This movie was so bad that the 2.5 hour movie alone without the extra footage was almost unbearable. And I'm sure I'm going to get grief for saying that, but it is fairly well known that the original motion picture was not very good. But I figured for 98 cents and the fact that this one is also sealed, it was worth picking up. It'll help complete my collection. I don't believe I have a copy of this, so this is probably going to stay unopened because I can't imagine I'd ever really want to watch it again. 12 minutes of additional footage, so probably what the DVD release has. You can see the whole cast there. Interestingly enough, that guy right there is the one from Seventh Heaven. I'm trying to remember what his name is. See if they have it here. Stephen Collins. Yeah. Stephen Collins. If you ever seen the show Seventh Heaven, he was in that. And interestingly enough, in Star Trek 4, the woman in that is the woman that played his wife in Seventh Heaven. And again, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I'm sure you guys probably know who I'm talking about. Again, this was a 1991 release. Next we have Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. This was actually one of my favorite Star Trek films from the original series, well, of Star Trek movies. And no, I'm not a Trekkie by any means, but I do enjoy Star Trek, the show, pretty much all of Star Trek on occasion. I love the graphics on this. I mean, for the early 90s, this really says something. Look at that beautiful color. I know the camera doesn't do this justice, but it is really nice. It is an original Paramount release. One of the best, the very best of all time, says Dennis Cunningham of CBS. See some of the artwork there. So yeah, and again, this one is unopened and probably will stay that way, at least for the time being. And last but not least, we have Flipper, the original movie, the original film that introduced Flipper to the world. So this is probably from the mid-60s. If any of you guys remember the show, this is the movie, the actual movie that started the show back in the day. And yes, I know you guys can hear my phone ringing in the background. And you can see this was actually $3.99. It looks like this might have actually been from FYE at one time, or Suncoast Video. I do remember that that logo being from either one of those, because I know FYE bought out Suncoast later on. And here's just the information. Again, you can pause it if you want to read that further. And let's see what we have a date. See if we have data on here. 1963. So that's the year the movie came out. It doesn't really say when this videotape was from, but I'm guessing probably sometime in the mid-90s. And this is probably one of the only ones that I'm really going to open, because as you can see, it's already been ripped here. And I've never actually seen this movie before. I've seen the show, so I'm definitely going to be watching this probably later on today. Well, this is my thrift store haul for today. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videotapes. And I did have the receipt, but I couldn't find it when I started to do this video. But I remember I paid $3.26 for all these with the 25% off. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more reviews. Computer videos coming really soon. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.